Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are here to discuss this crazy ass double eviction that we just saw this week of Big Brother. As well, we want to welcome Mytry back. Y'all, it's crazy. Mytry emailed me about that she wasn't going to be here, but I didn't see the email until after the show last weekend. So, DC, she had emailed, but I didn't see it until after
Let
we were
me hold
already
on, hold on,
done.
hold on, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So, so,
Mm-hmm.
so it's your fault that we were that
Looking for her.
yeah, it's your fault.
Well,
DC,
I didn't think to check my
whatever bad I
email.
said, I know I didn't say, but just just for commentary.
I was being a very responsible student by letting you know ahead of time. So
She did. Well, I mean, we're not gonna give you all that because she emailed me at 10:05.
I
The
still
show was
emailed
starting
you
at
ahead of
10:30.
time.
So she emailed me
I
25
still
minutes in
emailed you
advance.
ahead of time. Hey, I had a rough morning and week, so give a sister a break.
Yeah, and everybody need a break, so that's fine. But I want to let DC know as well as the audience. But Lisa ended up being a good fill-in for you. Lisa
Oh,
was
that's
coming through with
awesome.
her stuff.
I
Yeah,
can
Lisa,
imagine.
she talk up in the background.
Yeah.
So that was that. And I just want to say hey to Yvonne, a member, Miss Tawana, 2300 Jackson Street, Mitri, DC. and Bernadette. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. So let's get into it. I guess we could let Mitri. Well, which one? Well, DC, you ready to cry? What's going on?
You know what? I'm not ready to cry yet,
Let
but
her cry.
no, no,
Let's
no,
J
no,
Dunn. Let's go on mute and let her cry.
no. We're gonna let Mitzi talk first.
Okay, Mitri, because I know you ready.
I just got one thing to say. Yay!
Yeah.
Lisa took the words right out of my mouth.
How y'all gonna jump to the last day? Come on now.
Because the
Well,
last day
you
was what was
always want to go.
popping.
Well, look, I just had to go. I had to say that just for Mitri and Lisa. But we could start from the beginning, so we could start on Sunday. You got
Yeah,
notes again this week,
yeah. I got
DC?
notes. Wait a minute. I gotta pull my phone up. Hold on. I got notes. A lot of notes. God
Well, all
damn.
right, you guys kick it off first, and you guys go ahead.
Okay. Cause I know what Mitzi go. I already know where she gonna go. So we gonna just let's put her on mute for a minute. And I'm just like,
Hey, Drip. Hey, Drip and Rico Bizarre Foods. Yeah, last week DC had notes and she was adamant and going bit by
all right.
bit in order of them damn notes she had. So that's why I want to know if she had notes again this week.
All right. So we're gonna start off with Sunday, right? So Sunday,
Hmm.
Angela, her they were doing the what was it? Was that the HOH? The one they had to build, or was that the veto? I can't remember which one it was, but they had to build that
Uh,
puzzle up, and hers went tumbling down when she locked in at 20. Well, I know for a
oh
fact
yeah,
she
remember?
locked
Because when
in.
we spoke about it, we thought that she looked like wasn't that the one we thought we looked that it looked like she was gonna win,
Yeah,
but
it
Hmm.
herself.
was solid because it was up high. She had a whole lot, but she didn't lock in on that one. She locked in on the one she had 20.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think she would have won that if she would have locked in on the first one. What you think?
Yeah, I agree, but honestly, I think it was just her fault for locking in too soon.
Yeah, but you know what?
Because she still had like 45 minutes left in the competition.
Right, but see, if I was building something so high, trust me, if I'm gonna go with the biggest one I built because there's no telling if I can do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So she
Yeah.
locked in at that 20 instead, but she didn't know. But hold up, why Cam not really putting all his all into the game? He in there dancing, remember?
I'm honestly ready for him to be gone.
Uh-oh.
I know Lisa probably gonna be mad because he a black man, but look, Lisa,
Mm-mm, he
what
gotta
is he
go.
there
He
for?
gotta go. He gotta go. Bro gotta go.
What?
Get to stepping. Do electric slide and slide on out that door.
Here I go.
Yeah, because he really ain't contributing anything. He just been floating his way through, that's for sure. And I don't know. I don't know. And did you even see how he was trying to build the little thing? Look, did you see how he was trying to build it?
It was
Yeah,
stupid.
it didn't make sense. Now, come on now. That's like
A,
putting a triangle upside down. Really?
a 3-year-old could have built better than that. I mean there was no base. It wasn't sturdy. It wasn't strong.
Hey,
It
Rico.
wasn't heavy at the bottom. It was just weak sauce. It was him. He's weak sauce. Gotta go.
Some drip.
It just reminded me of the little puzzles that the babies have where you have to try to fit the circle into the circle peg and then the
Yeah.
triangle. But except he was just putting in the wrong one and he couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, this is the easiest thing that really takes no brain power but just putting these pieces together and you can't even figure this out.
But he wasn't
Even
even
I think
His heads are
yeah, I
still in the
think his
clouds. Still in the cloud.
the most that he had on his might have been 5 pieces.
Yeah, Richie D.
Ridiculous. Hmm.
He's a ding dong. I'm sick and tired of. That's why I could at least give Angela some type of grace, I guess, and I don't know about giving her her flowers. Maybe
You
a
better give her
couple,
flowers.
a couple,
I'm bopping
you
your
got
head.
a couple, okay? Because unlike Cam, Angela has actually won things. She won things. Cam, like we talked about before in the previous episodes, that Cam only won that. What was that? The head of household, or was that the veto? I forgot which one it
You
was,
want
but
to
he
veto.
only, right, it was the veto. He only won that
He
just by
won the
default.
veto.
It
Yeah,
was
it
by
was
default.
default.
So,
And good
and what
morning,
is he
Ray
doing
Tricks.
now?
Member.
It's Cam is he's got to go, and I think really the only reason why Chelsea even still wants him so tight is because of how much he has like this big huge crush on him. Other than that, he's
Hmm.
not serving to any purpose. He's just arm candy to just be on her arm and let him just sit there and do absolutely nothing. So
Right.
It seemed like he there for moral support, but even with moral support, it ain't like he talked to her that much. I mean,
Nope.
if she gonna have him as moral or spousal support, at least let him want to be your spouse. He don't.
Nope.
yeah, that's I was thinking about that too. He really doesn't talk to her all that much. That's because he's so busy with Leah and
You
Mackenzie.
know,
Right? What you?
No, babe. Don't do it. She about to have a fit.
because you know what, girl?
She said he don't like black girls.
You
I
know,
know, but this is the crazy part because why people thinking this was a big move for Chelsea? No, this was a jealous and egotistical move for her. Because she really believed that getting Leah out, now this man gonna give her the time of day. And just like what Lisa keeps saying, he don't like black girls. She need to get that through her head.
All right. So
She needs to move on and she can find other blackfishes in the sea.
she
Yeah,
need to
there's some of them out
be in
there.
the real world. It's Big Brother.
Hmm.
That part too.
And what's good, Redbone member? Thank
okay,
you
guys.
everybody for coming in. Please like the video as y'all come in. We just breaking it down. We going through DC's notes, and right now we still on Sunday. And for Rico Big Brother is a TV show. It's in its 26th season.
He
It's
don't
done been
watch
on for forever.
Rico don't watch TV. We already know
We
about
don't know what
Rico.
Big Brother is. I keep acting like we from the
Rico don't watch TV.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. So let's move on. Let's have a moment of silence. Janky has died. How y'all feel about him being erased?
Why did they make his exit so extra? They exaggerated. They exaggerated his non-existence. Like I think for like 20 minutes. It was like watching one of those movies when somebody gets shot and they takes them 30 minutes for them to die.
Right.
To me, it reminded me of like I think it was the Wizard of Oz. I'm melting, I'm melting, I'm melting.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, oh, okay.
You're right.
I,
There you
I thought it
go.
was weird.
it was weird. It was drawn out. But I mean, he was cute. He was annoying with those stupid songs. But I am gonna miss him. He really wasn't around. It doesn't
You know
for what
what?
a week.
See, she talking about the song. She missed the song last week, huh?
Oh yeah, last week DC actually made me sing that song with her at the end of the show.
So now we gotta have her sing it.
Oh yeah,
Mm-mm,
she could
that
sing
song
it
drove
by
me
herself.
nuts.
Come on, Mitri, sing the song.
That song drove me nuts, and I wasn't even there. But it was bad enough just to have to watch them suffer. They suffer. We suffer along with them when they eat slop, and we're like, man, I sure am hungry. That looks really gross. Look at their faces. Let me go get some lobster. Sometimes it's either on the same page or sometimes it's the opposite. But that song drove me up the wall. This season, I think this is when they cursed the most because they blurted out those words. They censored their mouths and everything. I mean, Big Brother did a really, really good job of being annoying. I put it that way. But no,
But I knew that I kind of had a feeling that Janky was about to go away. Because when Big Brother was like, okay, during week 2 of Janky's World, I was like, ain't no way Big Brother about to make them go through that for a second week. Ain't no way. And then lo and behold, they just only did that to get the reaction of the house guests, only to end up killing Janky.
All right, so Jada,
Hmm.
we had to do it, so Mitri gotta do it with us then.
no,
Ready?
no.
Mitri!
Okay.
I'm going on mute.
If Mitra ain't gonna sing it, then we ain't sing. Cause I did it last week. I did my part.
We did our part. We're gonna help you. Mitri, you gotta sing the song.
This is going to make me hate Angela even more again.
Ready? Let's go. Come on, Mitri, start it off.
I heard it go.
A
Jan
N K I
K
E.
K-I-E.
Janky.
Let's
Janky, janky.
let's
You
party.
J-
K I
Jankie.
E. Janky,
Janky,
janky.
janky. Let's
Let's party.
party.
Now, Mitra, why you
I
singing
heard
it like
Lisa.
janky?
I heard
Why
Lisa.
why
I
you
heard you,
singing
Lisa.
it as if janky is dying right now? Because it
Because
seemed
it's
like
reminding me, okay? I felt just like how the contestants on the show
I love y'all.
felt.
All right, we
and
get
hey, the queen
into it.
before you react and everybody. But yeah, so I mean, they did a memorial to Janky. Janky was born in 2024, died in 2024. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, poor Janky. You think he gonna be reincarnated?
Mm-mm. No,
No. Mm-mm.
I don't think
I
ever. I think Janky was just a little gimmick that they wanted to try out, but ultimately, it was horrible for them for the live feeds because I would say that week where they were outside, that was the time where most people didn't even tune in. I don't think.
Can you believe what it would be like to have to eat pizza and ice cream for a whole week?
That's crazy.
Can you imagine? Can you only imagine? Like that would be every kid's dream come true, but as an adult, I mean, I don't think I even want to have pizza for like another 5 months. I think I'll be okay.
I bet you they don't.
Not only that, I was just going to say, not only that, but being trapped outside, meaning you have to use the porta potty and eat ice cream. Ice cream,
Hmm.
please.
Oh my
Uh-uh.
God. Mm-mm. Febreze
That's
wouldn't even
horrible.
help the outdoors. No.
You
So
say
I
what?
don't believe that they're going to do it again.
I said Febreze wouldn't be able to even help that. That's terrible. It already smells like how it already smells inside the house with that bathroom, but then it's
Mm-mm.
outdoors. No
That's
way.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I think they've been punished enough.
And hey to Sassy Francis member. Hey to everybody. Let me get some of these comments here because I see Miss Tawana. Okay, Miss Tawana said that they keeping Cam because Cam is a number. And then she also is saying Angela deserves the most popular award. I thought it was going to be Tucker, but Angie deserves it. Oh, look at her trying to go for Angela now. Probably 2 weeks ago, she didn't even
Watch
like her.
yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Don't you do it.
Okay, let's see. So what's your next note, DC?
The next note is I'm gonna send you an invoice. Zingbot.
Oh, Zingbot was good. I enjoyed it.
What y'all think about Zingbot?
um, he was his usual awesome, iconic, classic self.
All right.
Very good, but he was zinging somebody, but I didn't understand what he said. It might have been Leah. I didn't know what it was. Do you guys remember all of the zings?
Okay, hold on. The zing. The first. Let's go with the first one I got. All right. The first one I got here when he called Cam a floater, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
But for Leah, the thing about said you call yourself a chubby chaser, but the men that you go for, I call them dummy chaser.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, so he was trying to call Leah dumb.
Yeah, he
I
was.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
But you know, it's not
He did
Zingball.
kind
Is
of.
he's right. He's just saying it how it is. You know, that's he's saying all the things that we're saying, except for the contestants. They just don't hear us.
I
Hold
think the
on.
most epic one was the one that he did for Chelsea. It was
Yes,
great.
I was about to say that one when he said Chelsea, not a prayer for Cam. Zingbot whisper, awkward.
Hmm.
Even I was standing quiet. I was like, "Oh snap,
Ooh,
Zingbot!" I said,
it got
"No, he didn't."
didn't
Oh
it get
my
quiet?
goodness,
It was like crickets up in there when that happened.
a ton of crickets. I I loved it. So I already can't wait until next season.
The only thing that I have to say though, the fact that Angela gave Zimbot the satisfaction of crying off her zine. Now he just clown you about crying, and now you holding back the tears because of your zine. I'm like, now how you let this little robot thing hurt your feelings?
He had did a whole song about her melting down.
Hmm. But I would say Zingbot would be good for the beef sector.
Oh yeah, big
He'll
time.
zing a lot of these mofos around here.
Because look, he even told Chemo he was bored. He was
Oh, I
bored.
know. Even that
I
hurt
said,
my feelings.
But that was true though.
It
Chemo,
was.
he don't have personality at all, and it's like, oh my goodness. And I think without T Core, he just really is just kind of sinking in the back. But if you notice now, the fact that they had two women on the block this week, I think they slowly but surely forgetting about that girls' alliance because what's going on here? There's still two men up in there.
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I I forgot that they had even tried to make that alliance happen. And even though most of the men were being voted out, I mean, Cam and Chemo are still there, and other moves were much bigger and had to be made. And that's ba- that's just what happened. And yeah, I see probably I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'll probably say that. I'll
Because
say
it's
that
like
for
it's
later.
getting tight. It's getting down to the wire right now, so it's a little different.
It's kind of hard to call, so
Like,
I don't know what to say about that right now.
what y'all think
Now,
about?
what the?
What
Oh,
y'all
go
think
ahead.
about Babina got Tucker when he said Babina got Tucker evicted?
Oh, that's a fact.
I said, oh,
That's
did he?
absolutely a fact. Which I think that I will say that was one of the biggest mistakes that I felt like Tucker did, and that was really on Tucker. Like how Tucker declared his love through the
Hmm.
deep fake Quinn. I
Mm-hmm.
think it
Yeah,
was the deep fake Quinn, and talking about he saw them holding hands. That right there, putting it out there, that's gonna put a target on you. Period. So
that was
that's true to a certain degree.
stupid. I agree. I don't know why why would he, just why? What made him feel, I don't know. Maybe because he is dumb in love or stupid in love or whatever you call it. Maybe that's why he did it. I don't know. It
Mm-hmm.
was stupid. It was pointless too.
Well,
And
I
hold on,
think that he just really had a big head and was in his mode of thinking that he could defeat any competition that came his way.
that
But
was that arrogant mode
Hmm.
though. He was being
uh
arrogant.
huh,
He's
that's what it was.
egotistic. He was extremely
But you can't.
egotistic.
But you can't help but be arrogant when you win it like that. Please, I don't even fault him because I mean, at that particular point, he was really knocking everything out of the park. But I think he failed to realize that him doing that was also putting a target on Rubina as well. Because look, Rubina done been on the block pretty much every single time since then.
Exactly. See, you can be proud of yourself for doing all that winning and thinking that you're all that in a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, but you have to still be smart about it in some way, somehow. Because I was telling my friends, just because you're doing all that winning is not going to always save you because you do have those back doors and the blind sides. And in the
Hmm.
past with this show, there's been a lot of people like Tucker who they kick butt in all those competitions. And then the one time when they can't win one, they're right out that door.
Hmm.
And that's what happened with Tucker. They finally got rid of him. And I mean, he should have just been a lot of people really haven't been all that smart in this game. It's like they have, but then they slipped up and they just lost that moment. And it's just like, why? Just, I don't know. But I feel bad for Rabina, but at least she's trying to fight hard for herself.
Right. And what
So what
about
do you think? Oh,
hold
go
on? What
ahead.
about Mackenzie when the Zimbot called her a monster in her feet?
See, you know what? I make that's probably the one I didn't hear. He said that she's a monster on her feet.
Well, he called her a beast, and he said that she got a size 14 shoe. Uh, So I think it was more so. To be honest, I think was zinging her because she has a masculine edge.
She's
Which she
tall.
does have masculine edge. She is tall, and I think she got big feet.
But hold up,
She
Cam
is
was talking
super
about her feet.
tall.
She got big feet. She taller than everybody.
I mean, literally, besides the women or the men, the every woman that she would hug, she had to bend over to hug them. She,
Hey, Mikey.
she's she's kind of almost like she kind of reminds me of like a model because she has the height, because of her shape. She's really pretty. She's young. She is athletic though, and she's a construction worker. So she is kind of a tough cookie.
But she got a raspy voice and she talked like this though. And I think Zimbabwe was giving her the blues about how she talked to, because it ain't like she got a feminine voice. Her voice is kind of
Zing.
deep. Her voice is kind of deep. So to me, I feel like he was like giving her this whole comparison to like being a man or half man,
Hmm.
half woman type deal. I mean, it was decent. It was a decent zing, but it wasn't the best one.
Well,
Zing.
I mean, her voice is her voice is raspy,
Hmm.
but I didn't. I mean, I didn't really. Well, you know what? Now I'm listening to Jay Dunn
See, I
doing
know
her
stuff
impression
too.
of Mackenzie's voice, so now it's like stuck in my head. So never mind what I was gonna say.
She was like, "Ha ha, Leah, I trust you. You're my number one." And then Chelsea and ha 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 ha. But I wish that Zambot could come back now after that stupid HOH week that Mackenzie got, because I know damn well Zambot would change and stop calling Leah the dummy, but call Mackenzie the dummy. Because if this wasn't the dumbest week that I done ever seen, and I mean, of course, y'all got y'all way, and Angela got, but my goodness, the moves that this girl made was so not in her favor. So not in her favor.
Zing.
Mm, yes. Let me see. And now they will get rid of chemo, and then Mackenzie gonna force Chelsea to let go of Cam, and it be the three ladies. I don't know, Miss Tawana. I'm losing faith in the three ladies thing. For some reason, I am, because I don't think that Chelsea gonna get rid of Cam.
She has to get rid of Cam. I think she has to finally just be over and done with it. Give her hopes up. She'll be okay. She'll live. Keep her head in the game and get over the whole cot situation because she was showing her true colors when that happened.
It's almost like she trying to buy his affection.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, to buy whatever grace that she can with him, that I
Yep.
believe she would bring him to the final two with her, just so that he could feel indebted to her, and him feeling indebted to her may potentially give her a chance when he still really don't want
And you know how stupid that sounds? Because
her.
that just sounds so idiotic because this is a game. And if that's the case, if that is how she really, really feels about Cam, I'm gonna need to not see her ever come back and play another game. Because what if she tries to do the exact same thing? That's like trying to give a kid a Snickers bar so they can stop drawing on the walls. Do you think it's gonna ever
Well,
stop
to me,
happening?
I would rather him just reject me with his broke ass than to help him win $750,000 and he still reject me. Like what? No, I already. If you gonna break my heart, then you just gonna have to do it while you
Hmm.
broke. I ain't about to get you rich, so you can still do it.
I agree 1,000%. Hurt my feelings when you're broke, and hurt my feelings even more when I'm the one that won all that money.
Y'all
Let's go.
stupid. All
Indeed.
right. What about Wednesday when Angela said she was over crying?
Um, I
She
mean,
was,
was it really true?
she,
No,
she was tired of crying.
I mean that's all she does. It's like with the like we were just talking about with Zingbot, talking about how much she cries. She held it in when Zingbot was there and in front of her, but then as soon as he left and the doors were closed and they go back inside, there she goes again with those fake non-existing waterworks again. Ugh, good riddance, Angela.
Hey, Yvonne, a member. She said she come in celebrating. Yeah, Yvonne didn't like Angela last week either.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yvonne
Yvonne.
Yvonne took your place when you stood us up, and she was
I
in
did
the
not
chat.
stand you guys up.
She was in the chat, taking your place, about disliking Angela.
Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate that. She got my back.
Okay, so Miss Tawana said, "I'm sorry, but they should have gotten rid of Tucker because they were
Hmm.
all playing his game." Man, I think Tucker should have stayed, but now at the rate of this season, how it's going now, y'all, I honestly think that the remainder of the season about to be boring as hell.
But
I don't foresee, I don't foresee anything exciting now based on the optics of who is left, and that's so unfortunate.
well, game wise, I agree with her 1,000% because that was what I was saying from the beginning. And you were saying that from the beginning was that without him gone, the house is going to be boring. Um, not too much more of entertainment. I guess maybe besides Angela with her slow clapping, but even that was just about it.
Well,
Um,
I think Angela kept the game pretty spicy while she was there. I think, because she and Leah were able to do a little something, but that's the thing with Mackenzie winning
mhm.
and put up Angela and Chemo. Um, me and DC made our predictions. You still got them notes from last week, DC, when we predicted if Mackenzie won?
Probably not. Taking up all my phone space. No, I'm just playing.
I'm about to say, well, what was the point of you writing down the prediction if you ain't gonna have it? Like what in the hell you got up in your damn phone? Cause
Hold on. Wait a
she
minute.
made
Wait a minute. I'm looking. I'm looking. Hold on.
look, she made me slow down with these predictions last week so that she could write it down, only for her to say that she had to delete it because she was running out of storage.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Cause I feel like I said if Mackenzie win that she was not I thought that she was gonna go against Chelsea now, but I can't remember. So that's why I was asking her. But if you don't have it, DC, that's fine. That's fine.
Just go
But
look.
yeah. But okay, so even with her choices of who she put up, um, do
All right,
you think
I found it. I found it.
okay, what is it?
All right, I said Chelsea and Rabina. You said Chelsea and Cam.
And she didn't do what either one of us would have thought. Because see, those choices that me and DC said would have been the best for her game.
And then you
But
said, if,
instead,
hold
mhm.
up. And then you said if Cam win, you said Chemo and Rabino, and I said Chelsea and Chemo.
Well, no. Well, Cam ain't gonna win nothing, so I don't care about that. I'm only talking about what we predicted with with Mackenzie,
Oh, with
and even
McKenzie. Hold
yeah,
on,
only
right?
with Mackenzie because she won.
Both of me and you did say, if McKenzie win, we on the same page. Rabina and Chemo.
Okay, so I thought that would have been the smartest for her game, but instead she put Chemo and Angela, and then she won the veto. What y'all think about her winning that veto?
Well, I knew that she was going to put Angela up right away because the first time when she used it, it was interesting. Even though her and Angela, I mean, her and Chelsea were on the same page about it. I didn't. I didn't. I don't know. It just kind of caught me off guard in a sense because this season, a lot of people have had their eye on the prize for who they wanted to get rid of. But then before the week even ends, all of a sudden there are new pawns and there are new nominees. And what if or should have or could have's or if ands and buts. Um, but once Angela was put up by Mackenzie, and then when Mackenzie won the veto, I automatically knew that she wasn't going to be saving Angela again for like the second time. But for the fact to see her best friend in the house, Leah, leave, I mean, how hard would that have been for her?
That's why I think that's the dumbest move in Big Brother history. And honestly, I lost all respect for Mackenzie that she was so gullible to be talked into that. But this is one thing too that I tell y'all about the live feeds that you don't see in the show. They didn't put it up in the show for y'all to know, but when I peeked into the live feeds last week, her main reason that she put Leah up was because the rest of the house had told her that Leah said that she was gonna try to showmance with Matt when the game was over. And remember when the game started, it used to be Matt and Mackenzie, real heavy, real tough. So she really put Leah up out of jealousy, but CBS didn't show the edit that way because
Whoa.
she was yes, because she was really mad that Mackenzie was really mad that Leah would even think of potentially trying to hook up with Matt after the game. And that's when she started saying that she felt betrayed because Leah knows that Matt was always her showman's XYZ. And the
For
only reason
Leah?
why, yes, and the only reason why that even got planted up in her head is because of stupid Chelsea.
Wow.
Chelsea planted that seed up in her head that that when Matt was up in the house, that Matt and Leah were getting much closer than what Mackenzie thought, and Mackenzie bought it hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. Even went complaining to Angela about it on the feed, about how she felt betrayed, because she never would have thought that Leah would do her like that because Leah knows her relationship with Matt and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, Matt was barely there for a week.
Yeah.
Leah done been there and done had Joe back for the last 7 or 8 weeks. And
Mm-hmm.
she was at your H last week and didn't put your rump up. But you gonna allow this jealousy about Matt? to make you throw away your closest ally? That's
That is
crazy.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. So that's why she put Leah up.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yep.
wild, insane, crazy, and dumb.
So do y'all think they're gonna get Mackenzie out next? Do y'all think any of them thinking to get her out?
Yes. Either her
I
or
think
Chelsea.
I think they would be fools not to be trying to get her out.
Hmm.
Um, just because she shows that she is not loyal.
Yeah.
Any of them would be fools to trust her, knowing that her and Leah had been um day one A1s for the last 8, 9 weeks, and she threw Leah away. Then if she could do that with somebody that done been riding with her for 8 weeks, then what you think she gonna be loyal to you, and you done only been dealing with her for like 2 or 3 weeks?
Exactly. Yeah. I those would be my two nominees. I would be going straight for the jugular, Mackenzie and Chelsea. I'd be afraid to at the same time because they're both very good at this game mentally and physically.
I think Chelsea running the thing though, for real, for real.
She is because everybody's asking her for advice, and even when she's not head of household,
Right.
like they're still coming up to her asking for her advice, and she's not HOH, and she didn't even win the veto. People are still coming up to her like she's like Mother Teresa.
Right. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And
So
and that was
I don't know.
that was one of the things too that I really just don't get with her gameplay of how she just did everybody. Because at the end of the day, Leah seemed to have been closer to Cam more than she was ever close with Matt. And she don't even realize that that was the perfect setup. Chelsea made her distrust Leah behind Matt when all that was projection, because Chelsea distrusts Leah because of Cam. Like the way that Chelsea was able to manipulate and play that girl like a fiddle, all playing into her insecurities about a man that ain't even up in the house no more. I mean, he probably already got a girlfriend now. He ain't studying neither one of y'all.
Right.
Matt. Matt done been out the house for the last 9 weeks or whatever. He
He doing
ain't
his
thinking
thing.
about none of them. Right.
And
He
you know,
not
he
thinking
probably got
about
a
them.
modeling. He probably has a modeling contract by now too. So I think Matt, he's moved on and he's lived his life, and they'll see him at the reunion with Big Brother. That'll be about it
Right.
because they're gonna be SOL, and they're gonna look like some sad puppy dogs when they do see him when it comes to that reunion, looking dumb and stupid. These girls are just like high school girls. Ugh.
All right, y'all. What about the wild robot Ross and Ross robot and the veto
Who?
comp?
The what with the what?
You remember the wild robot, the movie? They
Oh,
got
the I know what you're talking about. Where they had to like listen to the animal sounds.
yeah for the
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was a weird veto competition. I honestly didn't understand what the purpose of it was until 2 or 3 people had already played. Cause
right.
I'm
Yeah, I
like,
didn't
what's
get it
this?
either.
Hold
It
on,
was
how about
dumb.
when the Chelsea couldn't find the lost child?
But my did they have like a lobster too? Like there are some like um creatures or animals, and I just kept thinking about seafood dishes. They were starting to make me hungry with some of
I
those things.
But
Nah,
hold on.
nah. You let me know when you find a lobster in the woods.
Not in the woods. Not in the woods. Not a lobster in the woods. I must be hungry for lobster. I must have lobster on my mind. That's in my
You do, cause this your second time talking about it. You remember during the janky, you said in janky world you would have wanted a lobster, or when they be eating a slop, you want a lobster, and now you talk about a lobster in the woods.
Jay,
In
don't leave me
it,
alone.
but
No, the one
that
part
competition was kind of thrown off. I mean, I get the gist of it, but
it
it
was
wasn't one of my favorite ones. I think you got to have a keen ear for certain sounds in order to win that one.
and then here go Cam with his non-playing self What did he do? Just putting anything. He was just throwing stuff anywhere, just pushing button.
He
Let me try
makes
this.
me so
He don't
angry.
even try to. He don't even try to win.
I can't stand Cam. Cam, it's just at this point, and you ladies brought this up before, was that he's just hanging on with, well, now Mackenzie, but even like with Leah, hanging out with those girls because he felt more safe with those girls than he did with Chelsea. And I said it. I'm going to put it that way. That's what I feel. And he still feels like he's really more safe with Mackenzie, especially now since Chelsea was acting like the angry, jealous girlfriend with the whole sleeping situation. Well, why don't you have your? I told you I wanted to have my cot right there. No, I wanted to. It's
No.
forget Cam.
What was
Forget him.
funny? What was funny when chemo he was running through there talking about I don't speak animal.
Yeah. Chemo was already over it.
He was
Chemo
running around
said
there talking
this.
about, I don't speak animal. This is not working.
Yeah, he already knew it was not going to be made for him to win or to even try. But at least he put more effort than Cam did. His
Yeah, because
foolish
like Jay
looking
Dunn
ass.
said, I didn't understand at first. I was like, okay, how do you know what the sound and the button and I don't know. They must have edited a whole lot of that out because it
I,
had to take longer than that.
that was all make believe. I didn't know that. I knew that there are some. I mean, at least have like animal noises, but they had like bugs and certain like birds and how does a leaf fall off of a tree? I mean, it was just crazy. It was crazy stuff. It was stupid. I think they ran out of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about this part, y'all? Hold on. Who was that in the balcony? Who was up top in the balcony? Was
That
It
it
was
was
Leah?
Leah.
Leah.
That was Leah when she overheard them talking about her.
Yeah, and then
Hmm.
did you remember the part when Chelsea went up there and she went up there with the damn pool stick talking about let me go up there and see what they hear, trying to hear it. She looked suspect up there trying to listen.
I mean, she proved
Well,
Leah's point.
right. Well, but my problem is, I think even Leah, she played that all wrong. As soon as I would have heard them, I wouldn't have got up. I was
No,
gonna stay lay there
Hmm.
and see what else I could hear. Then, as soon as I finished listening, then I would have got up, came down there, and say, "I done caught you. I
Yeah.
caught you."
Hmm.
But even she didn't even play that correctly, or even about how she went. Now, this is one thing too. How she went to Rubina saying that she felt bad that she made a mistake last week. See, that right there is interesting because even in our discussions before, I wonder if she should have had targeted Chelsea, but then I understood that she need to get rid of the three.
Hmm.
But now she regret and getting rid of T Core and wish she would have had got Chelsea out. So she feel like her HOH was kind of a useless one because she saved Chelsea when she shouldn't have.
Yeah, I
Do
agree
y'all
a
think that she
thousand
made a
percent.
mistake, or do y'all think that that was the best choice in the moment?
I agree.
yeah, I think
It
yeah.
was it was. I mean, it Leah Leah it doesn't play the game for herself. She was playing the game to please other people like Chelsea because she was intimidated by Chelsea with her game playing. That's what happened.
Mhm.
And she got that in the way of what she was supposed to have done, should have done, and just didn't. And now you want to cry about it now because you're scared. I mean, you did it to yourself,
But I
sister.
mean, the fact that she made that type of mistake, but then went to Rubina and confessed about how she made the wrong move. Rubina don't give a damn.
She
You
doesn't.
got rid of her friend. So why
Exactly.
would you trust Rubina with it? Like what?
She thought that Rabina was gonna feel bad and say because Leah was doing her crying, it rubbed off from Angela. So
Did you say that? Wait a minute.
you
Wait a minute.
you know what I said.
Wlet me
You
back
heard what
up.
I said.
You better not
Ain't no
go
backing up.
there.
Anyways, but that's what happened. She realized what her mistake was. She made a big old boo boo, oops upside the head. She feels terrible, bad. She's crying because of all of these things rolled into one. And then the very first person that she goes to Rabina, and that's because Rabina and T-Core were BFFFFFFF. So she's thinking Rabina is going to say, oh my God, Leah feels so bad. She's crying. I don't want to ever think about wanting to go up against her and not tell anybody, dummy. That's what
And
happened.
see, that was the mistake that Leah made because based on the feeds, this is how it was, y'all. So Leah did cry and tell Rabina that she felt like instead of getting T Court out, she should have targeted Chelsea. She told Rabina.
Mm-hmm.
Once Rabina had this information, Rabina went and gave the information to Mackenzie and said, "This is what Leah just told me." Then Rubina told Chelsea, and that's whenever Leah overheard her stop Zulu, and that's when Leah overheard them talking about it at the pool table. So once Chelsea had this information that Leah said that she wished she would have targeted her last week, then that's when Chelsea turned around, went to Mackenzie, and started speaking about the fact that Leah was saying that she was going to try to hook up with Matt after the game. And that's what that right there is chronologically how it happened that caused Mackenzie to it really touched at her insecurities. All about a man that's been out of the game for weeks now. And that's what caused her to believe the hype and flip on Leah and put Leah up.
Yeah, I will see. To me, Leah showed how vulnerable and insecure and weak she is or was as a player from day one. Because if you remember, when they were first in the house, all she kept talking about was how badly she wanted to win, like everybody else, but she was already crying. And then when she would be really close into winning, she cried. And it was always her and Mackenzie. And like I was saying, it didn't make any sense to me of how you want to put. I know it's easier said than done. I can't speak for them because it is crazy how close these people get to each other, friendship wise or even romantically wise, when you might not even see these people again. You might not wind up being with this person again. And you did all of that, like, for what? It's like with just Cam just being in that house. You know
Cam
what?
is sliding on by.
Just he is, and just bringing up Cam's name just made me stop right there in my tracks and made me forget what else I was gonna say because he irritates the soul.
I just think they talk too much. I mean, they just talk entirely
They
too.
do. That was the thing I wanted to say was the fact that you're in this house. These are the only people that you know for what, 3 months, and you have no connection to the outside world except for Julie and maybe some of those applause when it's a live show, and that's once or twice a week. They're the only people, so they have only but just each other. Um, so I get that and I understand that, and you do develop your bonds, but you're still in there playing the game. What about the game? What about the money? And you're an alliance not to build friendships. You're an alliance so you can help each other win, or so those people can help you win, to at least help you get somewhere, which is not like Cam. I don't want to mention his name again. Somebody else, please go.
Right.
I can't.
I ain't saying that.
Well, so I guess we can just go straight on to so she took chemo, she saved chemo with the veto that she got.
Right.
Hmm.
And then she put Leah up. So then Leah knew that she was potentially the target. And then on Thursday they boot Leah right on up out of there.
Oh yeah. So
Yep.
let's go to Thursday. All right. So how y'all feel about they all started snitching on each other? Did y'all see that? How they just
What you
started
mean by they all started snitching?
just going to each other talking about the other person. Y'all remember that part when they was just
Well, I thought they do that all the time.
oh it was
I
going real.
did too.
Yeah, like specifically, I can't recall anything on Thursday that
Yeah,
I
but
saw
like
because when uh-huh.
this one part when Leah and Chelsea they were going about chemo and Rubino going after Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? they were basically trying to, say, I guess she was trying to save Leah, but then she went out there and talking about Chelsea. Leah was talking about Chelsea, about chemo and
Oh,
Rubino, about going. You remember the part when she used to say
yeah.
they were going after Chelsea?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that was just Leah doing a last ditch effort to save herself because at the end of the day, I wouldn't even consider that snitching because she was the
Hmm.
HOH.
Yeah.
You were the HOH that could have went after Chelsea. So now you gonna let Chelsea know that Chemo and Rubina wouldn't amount her going out. Of course, Chelsea already knows that because they would have preferred to keep T Core over Chelsea. So it's
Right.
not like she was telling Chelsea anything that Chelsea didn't know. So I thought that was kind of a weak attempt of trying to save yourself. Because given the option of keeping T Core or keeping Chelsea, Rubina and Chemo are gonna always want to keep T Core over Chelsea. That's just a fact.
That
Hmm.
is. That's a fact. Yep. That's the truth. Leah, that's what happens when you're not concentrating on something because even granted Chelsea does have her head in the game and that's the reason why everybody comes to her for advice and what should I do with my HOH, what should I do with my veto, which is crazy.
Right. Why
Is
would you ask
because
that? It's yours.
why would I ask anybody, oh, where do you think I should take my car to today? It's a dumb question.
It's yours.
It's
It's
pointless.
yours.
It's just I don't know. I think maybe now, like I was saying before, at this point, now that Leah is gone, it's Mackenzie and Chelsea are like the top dogs in the house right now. So I don't know. I will have to see what happens, I guess, starting tomorrow.
Now keep in mind, Angela's still in the house. All this is
Uh
still going on, and she's still there.
says who?
I see.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get you some help after this stream. We're gonna get you some help. I'm pretty sure Lisa will be able to still help you with that too. Angela is non-existent anymore, DC.
But she's
It's
still in the house before we didn't
okay.
get to that part yet. She's still there. In my eyes, she's still there.
You
Hold
know
up.
what? That woman was never there, even with her slow clap and everything. This is
But I mean,
Angela.
once Leah got put out, then they had the HOH competition. What was the HOH competition that they did during the double eviction? Because
But
I can't
hold on.
remember
You
who.
said Leah. Wait a minute. Remember before when she got evicted, when Leah got evicted, and the first thing she said to Julie was like, she had 26 tattoos. Her favorite number was 26, and what day she got put out.
Yeah, September
Hmm.
26th.
Ain't that
That's
crazy?
crazy. That's crazy, crazy. All those numbers all lined up with the game.
Well, but she even at the beginning of the season, maybe I wasn't paying attention to her, but she stated that in like the opener. You know how they have the openers where you getting to know the people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's how we learned about her being the chubby chaser. But she spoke about how the 26 was very prominent throughout her life. Um, yeah, throughout her life, like I think certain things, big instances happened in her life on the 26th day or when she was 26 years old,
Mhm.
um, etc. So I do find it interesting that it lined up for her to be evicted on the 26th. Um, and I think it's unfortunate that she was evicted by her best friend. Meanwhile, last week when she was at HOH, she didn't even think about putting Mackenzie up. I think that was just a snake move, but the dumbest move nonetheless.
Well,
That
I'm
I
gonna tell
mean
you one thing.
it.
Me and Jay Dunn go on Big Brother. You put me up, see what happens.
I might put you up.
We'll see what happens.
You better win the veto. That's all I know. You better win. But I would only put DC up if it was something crazy. But I dang sure wouldn't be putting DC up because of a man that left in week one.
Wait a minute, hold on. That don't even sound good.
Where's Lisa?
That don't even sound right.
I know Lisa's in the background.
She watching TV with her headphones on. Nothing.
But even, of course, it sounds funny based on me and DC saying that.
It's
But it's
hilarious.
even funny with them doing that behind a man that got evicted week one. That
It's
man
stupid.
ain't
Yeah.
stay, y'all.
I
Y'all
can't.
feel
I
like similar?
No, babe.
Oh,
I see.
yeah, I can't believe that that actually worked into the I I I I can't believe it. Something like that actually worked when that person is not even in the house anymore. So that heart must have been really pounding for him. Um, Obviously for Mackenzie because Mackenzie was playing it off real cool and smooth up until when Angela made her cry because she brought her into the mix with crazy eyes and everything. But I don't know. That was very high school. It was very middle school. But you know what? It worked at the end of the day. It worked, and it messed Leah's brain up.
But the strange thing about it is Mackenzie still think that was the best move that she could have made. Cause she think that she gonna get jury votes by doing that. But what she fails to realize, Quinn is gonna vote with Leah. So just
Hmm.
her backstabbing Leah like that caused her to lose two jury votes right there. Now
Yep.
she just kicked Angela right on out behind it. That's three jury votes that she don't have. At this particular point, oh, and I don't think T Core was ever checking for Mackenzie like that. No way. So at this particular point, it's four people over there up in the jury, and Mackenzie don't have none of their votes. But she really think that she made a good move this week, and she did. Cause now, even if she make it to the final two, four votes already in the jury house will not vote for her because of how she played that HOH week.
So just a question. So the four votes that's in there, who you think they will vote for? That's still in the house. Who you think all four of them people going to vote for?
I mean, now that's really a loaded question because I can't really say. I mean, I believe T Core will vote for her two people, but I mean,
Mhm.
it's still too many people up in the house to really say. I know T Core vote gonna go for Rubina or Chemo if they get up in the finals.
So who you think Leah will vote for?
Um, Now that I don't know because Leah really was alone the whole time, so that's really a gamble depending on who make it to the end. Cause they never was really doing game talk with her or trying to do final threes or anything with her. The only people that even gamed with her are in the jury house with her. So she gonna be a wild card vote.
Mm, yeah, I can see that.
And I think Angela gonna be a wild card vote as well. Cause you gotta remember, Angela gonna always think about the fact that them kept putting her up all them weeks trying to get her up, trying to
We
get
even
her
got
up out
that
of
part.
there.
She's still in the house right now. She's still in the house. Stop playing.
I'm talking about the four jury votes. You asked me about the jury votes out of the four, and
No,
she
but
one of them four people. She one of the four people that's up in that house. She probably up. She probably getting up right now this morning, getting her some bacon and eggs.
I'm
At
about to
least
eat.
she able to eat whatever she wants.
Our charcuterie board, she'll be okay, DC. She'll be all right.
So
She'll
hold
be
on, wait.
okay.
When they were doing the POV competition, right? Didn't it look like she was about to win though?
You talk about
When they
what
had to
during
make
the
the
double
ball,
eviction?
yeah, when the ball had to go down the little thing and roll into the hole.
No, nuh-uh. But that's one thing we didn't even talk about the HOH competition.
Hold on. My
We
phone.
still got to talk about the HOH competition for the double eviction because wasn't it who won the HOH? It was Chelsea.
Wasn't
Didn't Chelsea win it?
Chelsea
wasn't
won.
it Chelsea won?
Yeah, Chelsea won the HOH, and she ran straight to Cam. The minute she won, she ran straight to Cam and said, "We sent it." She said, "Angela go home. Angela goes home," and she just run around, you know, telling. She's basically telling
But
them,
I'm trying to remember what was that HOH competition? It was the question, the
yeah, it
true or
was.
false?
Yeah,
The true
yeah.
or false. Okay.
Actually, her and Angela came into a tie, and they had
Yeah,
to.
now see, and that's where I felt, dang it. I was like, the fact that Angela made it that far to the tiebreaker round and ended up losing off the tiebreaker question, it was just mind blown. But Julie did say if you go over the number, then you'll lose. I almost feel like, and I've watched a competition like that before in the past with that type of tiebreaker question. I almost sometimes feel like it's best to play it safe and just put the number 10, no matter what the number is, because at least you know you ain't go over.
Right,
But people
I
don't
never
even be thinking about it like that. Because
I never thought about that. I just know I just wouldn't want to be in that position because I hate the tiebreaker questions when it comes to numbers. So
mhm.
many.
Because I believe even if Angela would have put 10, of course Chelsea would have still won, but Chelsea was under. Chelsea was way under. But Angela ended up being like 500 points over because she was actually doing the math. I think from what I heard, Chelsea did her answer and she forgot to put a zero at the end. If she had put that zero at the end, she would have been over too, and Angela would have been the closest. But she didn't. But I always wonder if when it comes to like a question like that, if you really can't get the number, if you just play it safe and put 10. Or maybe even just put 100. Either way, you won't go over, so you might have a chance of winning just for being underneath the number.
right.
Mm-hmm. What's good, Shauna? Member?
She,
That
But
is
okay,
very,
so
very
Chelsea won
interesting
and then
fact.
put them up. Once Chelsea
Hmm.
won, I was like, oh man, this season about to go to hell in the handbasket. Because I was wanting Angela to win because I knew Angela was gonna make a big move and target Chelsea and somebody, but it didn't work out that way.
I don't know. This is going to be very, very interesting
hold on.
because
But we can go back to that veto competition about rolling the ball. And if I'm not mistaken, did Chemo won that veto?
Yeah,
Chemo won that. He blew that out of the
Hmm.
water.
He
he was
did.
he was
That's why I was
concentrating.
like, Angela wasn't coming close to winning nothing. But that competition, I don't know. It could be easier or it could be harder than it looks. But that seemed like the easiest cakewalk of a competition. I was so
Mhm.
shocked that Angela couldn't get it together and just win. But oh, did y'all notice too that previous HOH that Mackenzie ended up winning? I think it was. Angela, when she had got her stack really, really high. Remember when she had her stack really high? I
Yeah.
told you that she was gonna end up messing up the stack because she can't keep her mouth shut while she doing the competition, and she
Hmm.
ended up talking and blowing her breath on it the wrong way, and it failed. That's a fact.
That's some heavy breath.
She be doing all that talking, or she gotta sing, or she gotta do something, and knock
Hmm.
that mess right over.
Yeah.
But see, I when with that competition, I remember when she had 20, and as soon as she went to go hit that bell, that's when what it was like one of the pieces fell off.
Yeah.
It was just one
No, when she went, no, about four of them fell. I
or
think she
four.
said originally she had, I want to say she had 24 or 25,
Hmm.
but Big Brother ended up clocking her with only 20. And I think that's the downside of because yeah, she clocked in, but things had fell off of it,
Yep.
and I'm like, dang.
It happened simultaneously, and I'm just thinking to myself, now that would have been a moment I would have uh, allowed for Angela to get her her tear game on because I would have been crying too.
Yeah, but even if her things wouldn't have fell off, that still wasn't enough to beat Mackenzie. Mackenzie had 30. So
Oh, she
even
had
if her stuff
30.
would have, uh-huh, even if her
Okay,
stuff would have stayed, she still didn't do enough. And
it
so
wouldn't have
that's why
mattered.
I was thinking that she should have used that other 45 minutes and tried to take her time and come up with different scenarios on how to put that thing together. Because for me, if
Mhm.
I had to keep rebuilding it, I'm gonna keep rebuilding my base the same way. If I think that's the way it go, if it fell down, then I'm gonna try to build it as best I can the same way.
I don't know, but that game made me nervous the whole time. I'm like, God damn it. Every time the box kept falling down, I'm like, oh damn. Whole time.
But yeah, with that roll ball thing, I think I don't even know if Angela got two of them in.
No, she got
She
some in.
she she couldn't get her rhythm though in order to keep up with chemo.
No, because Chemo was he was out of the water, like from right out the gate. He was
He
already kicking
went in
butt.
there strong. He wasn't trying to figure it out. He just did it.
He just did it. Like Nike
Mhm.
says, just do it.
He like, I'm
And
tired of y'all put me on this damn block.
yeah, he had
Mhm.
fire underneath this, but yeah, it's like as soon as those gates open, Chemo said, I'm gonna win this, and he won. And that's another thing when it comes to like some of these competitions, is when you have to build up certain things, like puzzles, or you have to make a tower out of something, how the players are always looking around at the other players to see what they're doing. Now I can get it if you can benefit if somebody is on their way to possibly winning and if you peek over. But T-Core did that. It was the lollipop candy
Yeah.
puzzle. And she was taking her time. It wasn't like she was just glancing over here or there. She was stopping and she was just staring at people. And that takes time away from you. Then your concentration is not even really there anymore. So I can see how you might want to like cheat a little bit by seeing what somebody else does, but at the same time, I don't know. It's all a science.
Well, but that's the reason why I'm happy that HOH competition with the building, that everybody was in a separate room, so that way
Yeah.
nobody could cheat that way.
Mhm.
Nobody could cheat that way. But yeah, that rolly ball thing, I think you just had to have steady hands and you just had to have patience.
Yeah. That's
But so
basically
Chemo
it.
won and he removed himself off the block. And then Chelsea, who did Chelsea put up as the replacement?
Babina.
Oh, Rubina had to be the replacement. And
Yeah.
see, that gotta show Rubina something. Rubina better know that she at the bottom of whatever it is up in that house.
Right. I was
Well,
I
she
was
didn't
I was
notice that then. She has to notice it now.
yeah, because I was thinking,
Hmm.
what if they vote, even though she said she a pawn, what if they would have voted Robina out?
My feelings would be hurt. I like Rubina.
What? What? You like
I-
Rubina? Hold on. Let's call a spade a spade. What
she's
type
like
of
the underdog.
what type of strategizing is she doing? What
She's
type of
not doing
gameplay
any
is she
herself.
doing?
She ain't doing
She's really
nothing.
not. She's really not doing any strategy like herself. She's like Leah and
Rubina is like
who? Oh, and Cam.
Cam 2.0, because if we're gonna compare the game that they done played, Rubina done been playing the same little game since Tucker been gone. She really just there. I mean, I can't say that she won the competition when she needed to, but what really has she done? Like, if she get to make it to the end, I just wonder what in the world she going to be able to say to convince anybody to vote for her, except for the fact that they like her. But she really ain't did nothing.
I mean, it would be pretty hard though if, say, like, if they were to be if they were to be up against Chemo, because I'm telling you, anytime when Chemo is up there for nominations, he always gets saved, either taken off the block or nobody voted for him to leave. I just,
Hmm.
and I've been saying this the whole entire time, even though he really doesn't bring too much to the table when it comes to this game strategically. I don't care what it is. And even though he might have been a little on a tad bit of the boring side, at least he can, throw down with some notes when he likes to sing. People do still like him. And that's what has saved him every single time, except for that last veto. I'm just saying.
But I think that's the problem with Big Brother, or at least with that logic, which you are entitled to your opinion. But at the end of the day, somebody is about to win $750,000.
Hmm.
I damn well know that y'all ain't gonna give $750,000 to somebody that didn't do anything the entire summer. You just gonna give it to them because you like them.
No, that's not me because I'm not going to be playing that way. Screw all y'all.
But you
Be
know
You
like,
what?
can
well, she
cry.
didn't do any. She didn't win the competition. She didn't win anything. But I liked her. You get $750,000.
But
What?
you know
No.
what?
But,
People have won that way. There has
yeah,
been a contestant that played on and Big Brother, and I don't remember exactly what season it was, but it was a woman, and she literally did jack diddly squat throughout that whole entire game solely because people didn't like her but loved her so much. She won the whole entire game solely on that. Now that's one in a billion, which is just her because I'm pretty sure that's never going to happen again. But I'm just going on
that that's
their logic because that's how they have been playing because it's worked. Chemo has not gone home yet. No matter if he hasn't been doing anything with the game, in the game, for the game, even though he did kick butt with that veto strategically, he's just known for either being boring, singing, and maybe teaching us some more Hawaiian lingo. And that's about it. But other than that, I'm going by what their logic has been.
and that might be their strategy.
I'm just saying
What?
that's what they've been doing. So what else am I gonna? What else would I base their voting on? If it's
Well,
against
that just
Rabina
go.
or if it's against Mackenzie, guess who's gonna go home? If it's between bless you. If
Bless you.
it's between they said bless you. You said thank you. Um, if it's between Chemo and Mackenzie, Mackenzie's going home. Rabina and Chemo, Rabina's going home. Um, whoever Cam and Chemo, Cam is going home. Finally, that would be awesome if he finally went left the house. But I was just going by on what how they have been playing. Chemo is still there. That's how they've been doing it. I'm just saying now. If it were to be me, yeah, like who would you vote for if it were to be between Rabina and Chemo again? Who would you vote for to stay?
Um. Now I probably would vote for Rubina to stay only because she at least won the AI arenas.
Hmm.
And Chemo didn't. Now, but that's one thing too. I find it hard pressed. Like if you said if it's between Chemo and Cam, that Cam is going home. I disagree. The less people they have up in that house, the more it look like Cam gonna stick around. Cause I have a feeling whoever get Cam out on their HOH, Chelsea's obsessive ass is gonna start gunning for whoever that is. And I think now people are looking at wanting to keep him because him and Chelsea are a thing, so to speak. And in order to keep them two jury votes tight, you got to be able to you don't if you put out Cam on your HOH, Chelsea is gonna come for you. Period.
Yes, yes, he coming.
Point blank and the period.
Yeah. So I think that people ain't really trying to gun for him at this particular point because of that. Because who want to make her upset? So then she come because yeah, she has been strategic. But I'm kind of sick of her gameplay. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm sick of
I,
her.
I'm starting to I'm coasting along with you on that point because before she was all about the game
Hmm.
and we saw that the proof was in the pudding. But then the longer Cam has been staying in the house, the more cuckoo crazy for Cocoa Puffs Chelsea has been. And the whole bringing her cot to the other side
That
of the yard. I mean, If that was not a 4-year-old who did not get that lollipop that they wanted, I mean, I don't know what other childish, jealous way that went. She went overboard with me on that, and see me. That would make her a target even more so. First, because she is a good game player, and second, she just wants to stick around because of Cam, and she looks dumb and stupid.
And I just want to say to Yvonne A, who was your person that got voted out weeks ago? And then also I wanted to say hey to Beans and Cornbread, aka Beans and Jiffy, that came in member. I don't know if she's still up in here or not. But yeah, so I guess now that they ended up voting out Angela and Angela went out there to Julie. What do y'all think? Can we start talking about Angela being out of the house now, DC?
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
wait a
you were
minute. She
talking to
said
me.
DC. She said DC.
Sorry, sorry.
Let me change my avatar.
Oh no, so I'm gonna change to another ugly old picture of Angela.
Okay. First of all, I got
Oh,
a request from
yikes! That's the worst one ever.
J Dunn. I got a request.
Uh-huh. What?
I need a song. I need a
For
song.
Angela?
Yeah, hold on. I got the name of this. The song is called "It's Hard to Say Goodbye,"
Oh
but
my
that's,
god.
Okay.
I need you to sing that song with the lyrics with Angela in it. I only need like 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
All right, 1 minute.
Okay.
Lord.
How do I say goodbye to the big brother house? All the meltdowns that I had, as much as I cried. They said that they take me to the final three, but they always been lying to me. It's so hard to see that my tears did not work. It's so hard to see that my tears did not work. Ooh.
That last part was amazing.
Wait a minute, time out.
Her tears did not work.
Put you on mute because I
The song was really good, but that was the best part of the song. Good job, Jay Dunn.
Thank you,
I'm
because
a,
remember, DC was a firm believer. She gonna cry her way to the end. She gonna cry her way to the end. DC done said that every week. Her tears didn't work, DC.
I
They
know,
didn't
right?
do
She
jack
ran out of
crap.
tears.
F
Yeah.
her and her fake tears. Good riddance,
And now,
Angela.
and
Wait a
now
minute.
she get to go to the jury house and she get to be there with Liam.
So she can fake cry some more. Watch.
No,
I
she
don't
done
think she
cried.
gonna cry up in there.
She
Now
done
she ain't
cried.
gotta cry.
She's going to be in her feelings about something. She's going to be triggered about something. And that Jabba the Hutt face in the neck is going to be present once again. I guarantee it. Just saying.
I, I want to say good job on the song. You know,
Hmm.
that was a good job for everybody that's in the chat. People watching the replay. I need y'all to drop them coins in Jay Dunn's cash app for that song because that was out of pocket. She just came out and she did her thing. She sang for Angela. That's all I gotta say on that.
Well, Angela was my last hope for an entertaining game. And I have to say, when she lost the HOH and got voted out, I really was sitting there looking at who was left. I mean, let me go ahead and get the little picture again. Look who is left, y'all. It's going to be, we ain't got much to look forward to based on who is left.
Only
The
person left.
whole, at the top row, Cam is still there. Bottom row, the second row, Chelsea and Chemo still there. The third row, Mackenzie is still there. And then the last row, Rubina's still there. None of them are entertaining. And Mackenzie, I thought that I was going to root for her until she made that horrible mistake with her HOH. That right there was the most ridiculous HOH that I've ever seen. So it's hard for me. It's really hard for me to be on her side. So I really don't have anybody that I think that I want to win. Chelsea Chelsea is playing a strategic game, but I just don't like the manipulation and the fact that she really liked Cam so much. If she would just stop being so desperate for Cam, then maybe I could take her seriously in the game. But
All
it's
right,
hard for me to.
I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna type my predictions. Our predictions for next week. Hold on, let me find space. All right, so who you predicting next week? Well, what's when it
What?
comes to tomorrow? Who you predicting tomorrow? Tomorrow's the HOH, right?
Well, I'm gonna honestly have to leave that prediction to y'all because yesterday I got on YouTube and I was scrolling and I saw it.
Oh, spoilers.
I didn't mean to
Ah,
though.
Oh
all
my
right.
God.
Somebody posted it on their community wall because I'm telling you, I follow Big Brother channels that's outside of the B sector. And when I clicked in, I was just scrolling to find somebody to watch while I was working, and I saw. So I gotta stay out of this one. But y'all can do y'all prediction.
Go ahead, Mytry.
That's why I'm subscribed to a lot of Big Brother stations on YouTube. And when I had Instagram, I was following them on Instagram too. And even on Facebook, there are people that would still talk. So I wouldn't even do social media for like a couple of days or two. Um, so who my prediction for tomorrow, who would I choose?
Put the thing back up, Jada.
um uh, I don't know. This is really, really hard because I feel like there's what, five people left in the house, six people.
But Chelsea can't play.
Yep. Cam, Chelsea, Chemo, Mackenzie, and Rubina.
So there's five people left in the house. Chelsea obviously is out. Um, shoot. See, at this point, if if I were to pick Mackenzie, I would be picking her because she's good at winning.
Hmm.
If I were to choose Cam and Chemo and Rabina, that would be because they got lucky. I mean, I don't know any other way.
So you think
Any,
Mackenzie gonna win HOH?
ah, I mean, I guess, or I really, really, I don't know. I think that she might win again, but still at the same time, either one of the other people could win now because it's kind of you only have but one tough cookie that's playing. I guess maybe I'll just stick with Mackenzie. Uh,
Mackenzie.
I think yes, that's a big old question. It's a
Okay.
question mark.
All right. You say Mackenzie. Let me see what I say. I'm thinking. I'm thinking Cam gonna step up. I'm gonna go with
Interesting.
Cam.
Very interesting. But see, like even with Mackenzie, because of her really good track record, it's still Big Brother, and you never know. And it is starting to get down to the nitty gritty. Because really, if anything, like my backup would be Chemo because he might finally decide that he wants to shine and win HOH. Because I'm not thinking about Cam.
Okay. So your prediction is Mackenzie.
Yeah, guess I'll go with her.
Cause see, it can be like I chemo really never done nothing physical.
Uh, well, I mean, it wasn't his fault that Rabina won that jungle gym one because I think that was purposely made for her so she could win something.
Right.
Because Chemo physically was too big for that because he stood up, the whole thing would go knocking down. Um, but I don't know because I don't know what the competition is going to be now at this point. Like I said, it's only for five people. And the strongest physical person that's gonna be playing for tomorrow is gonna be Mackenzie.
Right.
Um, but I
So
don't know. It could be a mental game too. I don't know, but she's good at those because she was the only one that won the last HOH with the panda raccoon thing.
right. So hold on. So I'm gonna ask you guys. So who you think is going to the jury house next? Uh-oh, we lost.
Well, no. Now I could answer with that one because all I saw was who was the HOH.
Okay.
But I think it's still unfair for me to answer because I know who the HOH is, so I would know who she's gonna put up. So I guess I gotta still be quiet.
So we know it's a she because you just said that part.
Oh dang!
Uh,
My
oh,
let me go back on mute. My bad.
Mitri, I don't know if she got dropped. You might need to put the link back in the chat. Oh, there she go. So
My
Mitri,
bad.
Uh-huh.
who you think going to the jury house next?
Who do I think is gonna go to the jury house? Dang it. This is really, really, really hard pick. Um, I think the next person to go into the jury house, I think it might be uh I don't know. Might be Rabina. I
That's
think
your prediction.
I think that's who's gonna be the next person to go into the jury house. I'll go with Rabina.
I'm thinking I'm thinking chemo because they keep putting him up there.
Well, they've both been up there. Well, Chemo's been up there, what, two more times more than Rabina?
He been up there like 5 times.
And Rabina's been up. How many times has Rabina been up? Four? She's pretty close to Chemo.
It's between them two.
It's definitely between those two. One of them are gonna go, but I think Rabina's gonna be the next one to go. And I'll even say Chemo will be the next to go after her.
So now my person is gone. Um, the question is, who you think going to be the last two standing?
Chelsea and Mackenzie.
That's who I say. Who you think, J9?
Yeah, that was my prediction a couple of weeks back, and that's still my prediction currently. That's still my prediction currently. However, I think Chelsea. I don't know how she's gonna be able to apart
Cam.
from damn Cam.
Well, it's not the to win the game, that's for sure. So she better leave the boy alone because if she hadn't seen the signs of him not giving a damn about her now, then she'd be next to be on the ID channel Celebrity Edition because she's damn near close to being crazy for Cuckoo Cam. She doesn't even care if the man even plays the game. She just wants to be around him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I felt like Mackenzie and Chelsea were going to be in the top three and the top two for a very long time. Um, but I hopefully, but see, that's the other thing though. How would Cam get out? How would he
I don't.
exit? Like,
Well, I know that Chelsea would not be one to put him up, and see that
right.
is the problem because if Chelsea don't realize it, even if Cam was interested in her and they could have a relationship together, he seemed like he would be the type that would just stay at home playing video games while Chelsea woke up and went to work every day.
You think so?
I mean, look at how he doing up in the game. Chelsea doing all the work, all the strategizing. He
Mm-hmm.
That's
just there
true.
eating the food. He just
That's
there eating the
true.
food.
She say,
That's a very, very interesting way of thinking about it, but it does make sense. Chelsea's doing all the work, and Cam hasn't lifted a finger.
Right. And she
He's the
okay with
sugar
that.
baby.
She is actually okay with that. And that's one of the things that I look at that's the problem too. It's like you ain't okay with him not pulling his own weight and you pulling him to the end. My goodness.
I think Chelsea gonna take him with her because she like him, and
That's so stupid. That's
that's
so
gonna be her
dumb.
way of proving. You know what I'm saying?
What, for him to propose to her?
I guess people live in a fantasy world these days, so who knows?
That's called needing to be locked up in the loony bin. Because I swear on everything, I think Chelsea has lost her mind over that boy.
Hmm. After
It's
after that cop moving around them cots back and forth.
I'm telling you, she took that cat to way beyond and yonder. That was how hurt her feelings were. And I'm thinking, why? He hasn't shown that he has any interest in you. Even though when, who was it? It was Chelsea, Cam, and it was some other woman. They were in the bathroom and they were asking him about his tattoos, and she's just staring him in the eyes. And what does that mean? Oh yeah, I only like to have meaningful tattoos as well. I think it's very, very strong of a man to have very, very sensitive tattoos on their body. I love it. I mean, man, if she couldn't have been any closer to him, she would have been on his lap and fell over in between his knees, and she still didn't get the hint.
Nope.
So I just talking about her and him is making me lose breath. I hope some way somehow she snaps out of it, and then that could be their girl alliance, the only two women that are left.
But hold on? Did you see when Zimbach had said something about the part when he said about she doesn't have a prayer, and then he looked kind of like hmm, and then after that when it was over with the Zimbach thing, he hugged her real tight.
Yeah, because he finally. That's because how slow he is. Because he finally. He is. That boy is slow. He is slow,
Well, you
slow.
know what?
He doesn't even like it when a woman likes him.
I told Lisa the other day because we were just talking about Cam. I said, I think Cam really don't know. He's. I think he's just playing the game and not realizing this woman like him. You know what I'm saying? And they just friends because they looking out for each other. And
He has no clue.
he don't. You're right. He don't have no clue that she really likes him. But he not even thinking that direction. He just thinking we came in together. We said we're gonna look out for one another. He not thinking relationship.
Not it hasn't
No,
even
he
phased his mind, and like I said, his head has been in the clouds throughout this whole entire process. He's just a straight up ding dong.
he is not thinking about a relationship, but not only that, I kind of wonder if Zingbot saying that didn't ruin Cam game. Cause cause what if Cam, even though I doubt it, but what if Cam thought that was part of his game, that he knew she liked him, and part of his game was to lead her on to get to the end, only for Zingbot to come through and zing her like that, to the point to where now she know that Cam really don't want her. If she would take it seriously and now start targeting him, I doubt it. But it's just interesting how that played out, because who's to say that Cam ain't trying to lead all the women on? Because I mean, he was really intertwined with every single one of them except Rubina.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I don't think Cameron been even smart enough for that. But if he were to have been smart enough, that would be a damn shame, because then Chelsea would wake up and smell the coffee or his armpits, since she's so obsessed with him. That would change things a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That would definitely change things a lot. That would make her look at him in a different light, and would probably want his behind to get kicked out real quick. So that would be interesting. But the next few weeks until this game is over is going to be more interesting than ever, because Cam is still in the house. Chelsea is. uh, she may as well at this point just say, "Yes, Cam, I really like you, and I've liked you this whole entire time. And I moved my cot away from you. Didn't you understand what that means? So It's going to be interesting. I with the people that are left with, it's kind of like we have no choice but to pick who, even though Chelsea and Mackenzie are the stronger players. But what if the tables turn? They slip up on some of these competitions, and what if they wind up going up for nominations? The strongest people in the house go up. That would be definitely interesting.
It would be interesting, but then I'm telling you, if somebody could get both of them up on the block and one of them go, that's just gonna make the game even more boring. Imagine a final three with Chemo, Cam, and Rubina. Imagine.
Oh my God! Just
Imagine. Be
That
like, oh
what
my
that would be
goodness.
weird right there.
that picture alone just looks like a sad case of the puppies. That's a sad story right there. The three of them. Oh my God. Oh my
It was
God.
good, Queen Sugar. I'm for real because like the more that they get in the muscle, which I mean, like last week when me and DC was discussing. DC was like, "You need to get rid of the strong people." No, it wasn't DC. It was Lisa that said, "Get rid of the strong people," and that's exactly what they're doing now. Hence why Chemo got saved with the veto. He got off the block. The reason why Cam's still there, the reason why Rubina's still there, is because at this point they targeting the strong people. But at
Mhm.
some particular point, imagine if we was left with them for the final three. I couldn't even imagine that competition.
I don't think I would watch because they would probably all three lose.
And the final three,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
They're all just a bowl of duds. I mean, I love chemo. I I I I do like me some Rabina. Cam doesn't exist to me. He's just that person that's just there. Um, that would be a bowl of duds. They would all three of them would lose the competition. That's just how stupid it is with those people. So I don't know. It's going to be very, very interestingly weird. I don't know, but we'll see if Mackenzie
But
wants
but
somebody.
if all three of them was there, who would you vote for?
If what?
If all three of them there, who would you vote for?
I would vote. I would vote for. I don't know because it would be between. It would be between Rabina and Chemo because they have actually at least won some things or one thing each. Um, maybe I would.
Don't
I
forget
don't
about don't
know.
forget about Cam win whenever he won against Tucker.
That was a
That was
default.
lucky right there.
That was a default win, Jadon. I did
It
not
I
was
forget.
know.
default.
I,
I
he
call it by
still won,
default.
and it's crazy. They all sorry. I think Rubina.
They are sorry.
Rubina ain't won nothing since she won the AI arena. And think
Yeah.
about how long ago that feel like. It feel like it's been so long ago about the AI arena, but that's the last time she
Hmm.
won.
That was a while ago. And Chemo, he just won that veto. Um, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I would probably just grab a quarter and flip it. I would just go by that. That's what I would do. And then I think the huh?
I honestly think if they made it to the if they did make it to the final three, I believe that the boys would take each other. I believe Cam would take Chemo with him in the final two. And if Chemo won the final competition, he would bring Rubina with him to the final two.
Oh, that's definitely for sure. That would be the only thing that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the
Hey,
only thing that
Leilani.
would make sense. Um, I don't know if it was the three of them. It'd be probably Rabina that would take the top spot. I think so, or it could be Chemo. I don't know. It's like I said, it's just a box of duds. Dudley do rights.
I know they ain't gonna do right.
That's what I said. You heard me. Dudley Do writes all three of them.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm trying to think if it's any other thing that we could really break down because now with it only being five people, it's not as much to really go into unless DC got something else on her list that we didn't touch on.
I guess I mean y'all touched on everything. My thing is, like I said, I want to know, you know, who if it was those three people left. But what if hold on, one more question. What if it's Rabina and Chemo on the last two standing?
If it's Rubina and Chemo, the last two, I think Chemo gonna win it
I'd agree.
because even I didn't realize that Angela loved Chemo as much as she said, as much as she did until she was out there with Julie. She was like, "I my Chemo, I love him, I love my Chemo,"
Yeah, but
and I'm
see,
like, "When did you start loving him so much? You done voted him out twice."
right, right. That's why Chemo was confused because he's like, okay, this woman is sitting in my face telling me that she's going to use the veto on me after she put me up already, what, three times in a row? Like, quit playing with my emotions. So, he was scared as all hell when it came to that, not knowing if he could believe her or not. But I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, she's acting like she loved the guy from like day one or something, like they had a close bond with each other, and there was no bond there what so freaking ever.
Sure wasn't.
So
And that's the only thing that I hate about the jury part of it is because there are not many exit interviews. Like at least when the people go home prior to the jury, they get the interview with all the different bloggers and stuff like that so you can hear their game point of view.
hmm
But when they get to the jury portion, everybody kind of gets stuck in the jury house. So you really don't get access to many interviews, which is unfortunate because I would love to hear Angela's exit interviews through all the bloggers, but we ain't gonna be able to hear none of that until they all get out.
I don't want to hear anything about Angela or from Angela.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm over Angela. I am so over Angela. It
Well,
started
I
with
would
that
like to
slow
hear
clap.
more about her. I want to hear more about her strategy and why this whole chemo love. I'm confused about it even still. Because I
I'm
need somebody to get some answers. Like, how could you vote him out two times, but you love him so much?
I that would be very, very interesting to hear. It's that kind of is it two-faced? Is it like being a flip-flopper? Is it just being fake? Is it just because you just felt bad and you were tired of seeing him up on the block so many times and you just wanted to do a good deed? You know, I do have so many questions for her. I agree, Yvonne. Angela faking when talking to Julie.
I wish Angela would have. It would have been so funny if Angela would have bust through that door and just started crying on Julie's shoulder. Oh my God, they voted me out, Julie. They voted me out.
I thought
I
that she
thought they liked
was.
me.
I thought I was really expecting for Angela to just bust out in tears as soon as she saw Julie, and she didn't. I was very, very surprised, but you know damn well that she did on the way to the jury house.
Well, actually, she was quite confident and cocky, which I was happy to see that side of her
Very
because
true.
she said they had to get her out because she was a threat. But that's no joke. She really was a threat.
She was
She really
winning
was a
stuff.
threat.
She was winning.
Hmm.
She actually was winning. It was just people just didn't like her from day one when she was picking on Matt and her being really annoying with just being all up in everybody's conversation and can I join guys? I'd really, really, really want to play with you guys. Can I play too? I have my own sandbox. I can bring it over. It's a little heavy, but I can bring it over. I'll still share. I got my own toys. We can all play with it together. That is the stuff that irritated people and irritated most of the people in America, I'm pretty sure. But she won HOH how many times? She won the veto how many times? So, I
And
mean,
she
she
got off the
wasn't
block.
playing.
She got off the
Hmm
block off other people video vetoes so many times, which I think probably this weekend I'm gonna try to find Angela's Price is Right, find her on the Price is Right, and find her on Dr. Phil.
I was just about to ask that. I'm
I need to
curious to
get up
see.
in her business to see what in the heck she had going on for her to be on Dr. Phil.
Who was that? It was somebody in the chat that had brought that up, that she was on the Price is Right and Dr. Phil. See, I'm surprised I didn't see her on Dr. Phil because I did like I did dibble dab with Dr. Phil back in the day. Maybe quite a bit. I had him on my DVR, so maybe more than quite a bit. So I'm surprised and shocked that I never saw her on the show. Um, and The Price is Right. I've never been around to even watch it. But you find those clips, this is gonna be a good time.
Well, I know I saw the clip of her. Well, I didn't watch it, but I just saw it like in somebody's thumbnail of The
Hmm.
Price is Right, but not Dr. Phil. The Dr. Phil clip, I don't think I've seen or at least seen an image of it. But I'm just curious to know, like, because she always like, Chuck, I love you, honey, honey, I love you, Chuck, and all my grandkids. And I'm like, but y'all was on Dr. Phil. What was going on
Right.
with you, with you and Chuck?
Exactly. You love your family so much, but you're behind and your daughter's butt. We're all sitting there crying and boo-hooing with Dr. Phil because your daughter, what was it that her daughter said? She was cuckoo crazy or something. So, but
Yeah,
I guess they reconciled or something. But how does the daughter still truly feel about her mother?
Right.
right. So yeah, that's what I want to see the Dr. Phil episode to see if Chuck was there. Like, Chuck, did you show up, or you was like, you go.
It's
Chuck
some
probably was
weird
like, you the
stuff.
one that got the issues.
That
You
is
got the problem.
weird. And you know what? We saw her issues on Big Brother. So it's starting to make sense. It's all starting to line up. Now I want to see if she's going to try to put herself on another CBS show because Survivor sounds like it might be next.
Well, Survivor done started, so she
Well,
might
for the
be
next season.
one.
Or what is the other one that they have?
Amazing
Amazing
Race.
Race.
Her and Chuck need
Bring
to do Amazing Race.
her and Chuck are either Angela and the daughter that called her cuckoo crazy. That would be entertaining.
But I don't think that she would do well on Survivor. Now I think she would really cry.
She no, those would be real tears. Those would be real tears.
The way she cried while she was a have not and about her charcuterie board get ate. Oh, she be up on Survivor and the other team won the feast. Oh my God, I would love to have a steak. I would love to have a burger. I would love
Yeah.
it.
Those would be, I would even feel her tears. I was like, damn, Angela. I said, you didn't get that steak. My bad. All you wanted was just your charcuterie board on Big Brother. Now you can't even have a steak on Survivor, girl. This just ain't working out for you.
Y'all wrong for that.
The other ones that I heard of, but I don't know who hosts them, Shauna, is they talking about the circle. They talking about the challenge.
Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous. I ain't watching none of them. I don't know if I will get into them. I might try once Big Brother is over. But I don't know because I don't know. But the thing with Survivor though, Survivor always shoots a year in advance. So everything that you see playing now, they actually shot it last year.
Yeah, I know. I'm recording Survivor. I haven't watched it yet because I was waiting for this to be over with first. But it's actually
Hmm.
recorded since they started. So if y'all want to get into Survivor, just let me know.
Yeah, well, I have Paramount Plus, so I'll be able to catch up on it as well. But I know that original episode was 2 hours, and I'm like, what in the hell? But I guess it makes sense because they got to introduce all the people.
The buddy
That
game is
two
good
hours.
too. What's her name? Shauna said the buddy game. I like that.
You know why?
I watched Buddy Games a couple of times. It was iffy.
What
I
about
liked it a lot because it was based on a movie that he had, and it was based on his real life because Josh Duhamel has acres and acres and acres and acres, like thousands of acres, and he literally can fit a whole entire game course in his backyard. That was literally exactly what you saw on that show. And
wow?
so that was what that game was. And it's called Buddy Games because him and his buddies had like these Olympic games. And there were prizes, there were medals, and there was a big pot at the end that you could win. So that's what he did with his friends in real life. And he made a movie based off of it. And because the movie did so well, then that's how he wound up having that show. A little FYI. You're welcome.
Oh, and also one thing that I can skip ahead when it comes to Big Brother is I heard Julie say that it's supposed to be ending on October 13th, which ain't that far away. And that leads me to believe that I don't think they're going to have a challenge where somebody get to come back in.
I've been feeling that way for a few weeks now. I've been having a feeling that they're not going to have like somebody trying to come back into the house, or they'll have somebody from a previous season come into the house, or like before they had an all-star from like
They're gonna have Angela.
20 20 seasons. No, they don't. From like 20 seasons ago, come back into the house. But yeah, the season's coming very, very close to the end. It's only but five of them left. um
Angela coming back, y'all.
she's still not coming back. She's not coming back. Don't nobody want to see
You know,
The
Angela
they
come
only
back.
thing that I could think of is probably if they brought somebody back in, maybe they waiting for the jury house to have 5 people. And if once the jury has 5 people there, then somebody might could compete to come back in. But I think it's really getting we short on time for it to be something like that.
Yeah. um and I can't believe the season's almost done. I can't believe it, because at first it felt like it was on for a while, and it was only just on for like a couple of weeks. But that's because there was so much that was going on. Um, which all of the drama that Jay Dunn, what you're talking about, and what spiced up the season, what made it more interesting, seeing people act a fool, um, does make the game a little bit more interesting. That is very
hmm
true.
And that's just what Shauna was saying. She would have thought it would have been more double evictions than what it's been. I feel like we might get another double eviction before we get somebody coming back in.
that's when Angela gonna appear. I'm telling y'all.
Oh Lord.
Angela,
Will
I
appear.
think you gotta give it up on Angela. She she did her best. I have to say that she made it further than what I thought. Like originally when I saw her come in and the way she was, I was like, oh, the old people going first. But she outlasted dang on Kenny, and that was your
I thought
favorite
Kenny,
one.
yes, it was. I just knew for sure Kenny was going to make it. I just saw Kenny just sitting in one of those chairs at the end, and I knew that he was going to take the top prize, but he didn't know if he wanted to have his head in the game or if he wanted to go home. The game or home. The game or home. And after that, I said, you know what, Kenny, I don't give a hoot what you do,
I
because
know
now
he
I'm
was
breaking
getting
up with you.
on
It's over.
my nerves. You divorced them that quick.
Divorce them, done.
And Shauna said that they just gonna airdrop Angela back into the game after the ratings go down next week. Which I feel like the ratings about to go down, and I feel like people are not about to watch the live feeds like they used to.
That could be true, because they want to still see crazy old Angela with her crazy eyes and
And
fake tears.
not even just Angela, but they want to see something worth seeing. Because at this particular point,
Hmm.
the majority, with 5 people left, 3 of the people are the most lackluster people. Cam, Rubina, and Chemo. And then you got Chelsea and Mackenzie.
Mhm.
And Chelsea and Mackenzie kind of boring as well. I mean, Chelsea keeps it interesting with her strategizing. But even now that Leah gone, I wonder if she's gonna turn against Mackenzie because she gonna think Mackenzie and Cam flirting. I want that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to is for even after she got rid of Leah, that he still don't want her wrong. And so then he started flirting with Mackenzie, and then she get mad again.
And you know what? Then let them fight, and somebody else screws up during one of the competitions, and one of them lose, and then they're at the house. That would be very exciting to see. That would spice things up. It'd be like a Big Brother soap opera.
Oh no, they wouldn't dare show them fight. It reminded me
Oh
of
no,
the
they wouldn't
season.
even fight each other. Their nails are done too nicely.
It was one season. I feel like it might have been last season where I watched it. Remember, the man had got put out the game because he said the N word in
Yeah,
the
that was like the
have
very
not
first.
room.
I think that was the very first night when they got into the house. He was saying the N word.
Yeah.
Was that wasn't that
Mm-mm-mm.
the that wasn't a cookout? That was like the season after.
Now,
This season that I'm talking about was one of the most recent ones, but I can't remember what the man name was.
I think it was, I don't know, Tom or
Angela.
Jack or Matt and Screw Angela.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I forgot his name. I mean, obviously, it's not like his name is anything worth trying to remember, but I remember this like it was yesterday because I had it on the DVR and I didn't even have a chance to even watch it yet. No, this is what it was. It was Cody and Derek. They were on their YouTube. They were talking, and I was scrolling, and I saw the caption that said that that guy had gotten kicked out because he said the N word. So that was one of my spoiler alerts. So after finally watching it, I said that was the guy, and yeah, he got kicked out within the very first night. He was in the house for what, maybe an hour?
Well, no, this one that I'm talking about, it couldn't have been the first night because this dude was in the have not room. So they had to have nots whenever he got in trouble, but I can't remember. But one thing too, the how I got spoiled yesterday, it was Recency Bias Radio. Have you heard of his channel, Recency Bias Radio?
Yeah,
nah. Damn.
I think I'm subbed to him, but I'm subbed to so many people I can miss out on a lot of notifications.
Oh, well, Recency Bias Radio, he is a real big brother guru and he be so into it. He a black guy. He analyzed the game from a racial perspective, from
Hmm.
a societal perspective. He really be going in on how, the white people be getting rid of the black people. Like he don't have a filter at all. And he has
Hey,
studied
who
the
that sound
season.
like? Who that sound like?
Lisa, that's why Lisa need to go subscribe. Lisa
That
need to go
does sound like
subscribe to him.
Lisa. That does sound like Lisa.
She'll love him. She'll love him over there.
That little black boy and that black girl, what's wrong with her?
And the thing that I like about his channel though is that he done been a super fan of the show for so many years that he remember the names, he remember the scenarios, he remember everything. And he be bringing stuff to your memory that you be like, dang, I forgot about that. But that show did happen 2 seasons ago. Like he
Hmm.
that type of thorough with it. But I was logging in yesterday just to find something to listen to get me through the rest of my day yesterday. And he had done posted on his community wall that spoiler. But that's why I brought him up. But I would recommend once the season is said and done, he is a good person to listen to because he break down the episodes, uh, episode by episode. But then he is also one of the live feed people. Like I've been on his stream where he done stayed up for over 12 hours doing commentary about a endurance competition that they had.
12 hours over an endurance competition.
Yep. Just like when they be having those, well actually, case in point, that competition where they had to hold the marshmallow with the stick and everybody stayed. He is
Hmm.
the type of YouTuber where he'll be watching the feeds on his TV and he'll be doing commentary on his channel with his audience, telling them bit by bit, play by play about the competition. And he will actually stay up until that competition is over.
Mm.
Wow, that is
Hmm.
dedication.
Yeah.
We should see if we can be a special guest on his channel.
He one of them bigger YouTubers. I think he gotta have about 30,000 people over there, maybe. But he did it from the mud. I've been watching him for years now. He went from the ground up, that's for sure. But he don't do StreamYard. He sit there on camera and he give his commentary and he talk to his audience. But he's not one of those people that like drop a link or anything like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but he is good. But yeah, well, we done made it to the 2 hour mark. I guess we can bring it to a close if we ain't got nothing else.
No,
Well,
that's
I'm
about
still
it for me.
thankful. You know, you did the song for Angela. Y'all watch the
Hmm.
replay. Watch the replay.
Oh, they can just hit the red ball and just skip right over it. But Jay Dunn did a really good job with that song. That was
Uh,
that was
well, thank
memorable.
you. I appreciate it. I had to do what I could for Angela, for DC, because I know DC was crying in her cereal. I know DC woke up on Friday morning and she was like, I thought it was all a dream. I thought it was all a dream, but she really gone.
It was a dream for me. I woke up and I said, "Wow, she's really gone."
You know what?
It wasn't a nightmare anymore.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought she was gonna get past. I thought she was gonna win again or something. I was like, something about to happen.
That
Yeah.
would have been
I
something
that's
else if
on
she did win.
That was so unfortunate that she couldn't pull out the win. I'm like, dang. Cause
That
just
was hard.
imagine how the season would have just shifted if she could have won, but it didn't happen. But yeah. Well, do y'all want to give any final words?
Uh,
Um,
let go ahead, Mytry, and don't you say Angela name. So you good?
oh boy, like DC gonna come up over here and do something. So um, okay. Final thoughts.
Time up. Go ahead.
Oh Lord, no, she didn't. Just going around kissing Angela's booty, trying to tell me times up. After I had to hear that song. Um, Final thoughts. I had a great time as usual. With great co-hosts and the hostess with the mostest. Um, the chat was wonderful. They gave a lot of insight. My girl Yvonne, big ups. Um,
Stop representing for Yvonne. Don't
DC, sorry that your sister had to leave. Packed up her charcuterie board and everything. Um, Jay Dunn, thank you for having
Mhm.
me again. And till next time. Thank you guys.
You're
Dang,
welcome. And what about you, DC?
I should have went first. She made it all long. I got. Let me see. Let me see.
Just do a cry.
Yeah, this crowd be enough.
I'm trying to get some tears. Hold
Try harder.
Oh, who needs any tears? Angela cried without them all the time.
I know, right?
Yeah, this was actually a good one this go around because there was a lot going on with the double eviction and everything. So it made it longer, something to watch. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next because now the house is getting very small. And then, you got two top dogs in there, Mackenzie and what's her name, Chelsea. And then you got the floaters. So I wonder if the floater's gonna win or is the top dog's gonna win. So, like I said, hopefully we can get somebody up on the panel with us. Y'all gotta stop being scared. You see, we don't have our pictures up, our videos.
Well, but I didn't drop the link though, because I'm thinking maybe start next week. I will drop the link. Maybe after the first hour, because I honestly feel like the less people that they have, the less we're gonna really be able to have commentary about.
Right, but see, I
See, it
mean,
was
like I'm like this next week, like you say, when you drop the link, drop it after we talk about it. Like now, we just in the talking about it stage, but when we doing the commentary, it's just us three.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, but I think like maybe for the first hour, maybe hour and a half, we'll give whatever commentary, but then drop the link after that fact. To have anybody that may want to come up, because yeah, we're gonna have less and less to talk about in the coming weeks, only because it's less people.
But you
It's
know what?
less people.
Less people cause more trouble, more drama. You never know.
Well, I mean, as far as giving commentary though, because once we get to where it's only like the final three, once we touch on the HOH, who won, who the HOH put up, and then who won the veto, that's really it. Um, typically. But we'll see. Because I did today, I thought about dropping the link, but then I was like, well, no, because at the time that I thought about it, we were already an hour and 30 minutes in, and we still had the conversation flowing. So that's why I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's been fun. It's been real. I don't know about Mytry. She down there. I'm a bopper in the head. And talk about Angela. I can't remember who's your person, Mytry, because you got your picture up there. I can't remember. Oh, you
um,
She
I
had
I
Quinn.
she just disowned them that fast. You see that, right?
oh, I did.
Mm.
I didn't even see that.
She disowned Quinn that
She
quick.
started with her Quinn picture initially, which I will
I
say,
had Quinn.
I found it very interesting that Leah said that she couldn't wait to get in the jury house with Quinn. I thought that
Yes.
was interesting.
See, I originally had a picture where it was both of them side by side, but it was too big, so I had to crop out one or the other. So I chose him because this is how he's going to look when he sees Leah walk into the jury house.
But yeah,
So,
so hold on. Time out, Jadon. You just said it's less people, but you know they're gonna start doing what goes on in the jury house too. So we can talk about that too.
Yeah, I agree. The jury house segments don't typically be that long, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Because I know normally towards the end like this, they start putting in those filler episodes like recapping, remember when this happened and that happened. I hate those ones. You know the ones that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
yeah.
They just showing what
Hmm.
happened in the house to the people that don't know what happened in the house.
Right. Or no, or either like they'll have like maybe the final five sitting at the table together. And to me, that seemed like it's so staged when they make that episode where they be like, "Oh, well, you remember that one time when Tucker said blah blah blah," and then they transition to the part where Tucker did whatever. You know that thing. I hate those types of episodes because I just feel like it's just to take up space. But normally they put those on a Friday. Normally,
Yeah, those are like kind of boring because we already saw it. So, and especially talked about it. So, and we don't need any more recap on top of recap on top of recap. So, yeah, I agree. But when it comes to the jury house, I do like to watch the jury house sometimes because I like to see the feedback from the jury members
Yeah.
and see
I can't
them be
wait for
surprised.
Leah to go up in there and be like, Quinn, do you know she put me up on the block because she thought I had a crush on Matt when I really liked you?
Right.
Right. So he's gonna be like, "What? Oh my goodness, she does like me. They can't put the friend zone stamp on me anymore."
But
Yeah, I
I
was
think
surprised
that
she actually said
he
that.
gonna get mad and he gonna be like he gonna go against Mackenzie. I'm telling you, he gonna do
Oh,
whatever Leah want. That's two votes right there. Leah actually got three votes on her side between Angela and Quinn. So that's why I was like, you would be messed up to piss Leah off because now Leah got them that's gonna vote with her regardless of who is the final two.
Mhm.
yeah, this is gonna be some game. But all right, I'm tired of looking at Quinn's face, so I'm changing it back to me.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm about to I'm gonna change my Tucker one once I end it. But y'all, I appreciate y'all joining me once again, and I appreciate the audience for joining, my members for showing up, everybody for coming through, even Yvonne A. Yvonne A is an infiltrator over here in the sector, but she has been very supportive and she is a Big Brother fan. She was against Angela while while Mytry was absent last week. So she stood in the gap and
yeah, she
stood in
took
the
up for
paint.
you. She took up for Mytry for real. She did.
Good
Hmm.
job, Yvonne. Good job, girl.
Yeah, she's still an infiltrator though, because that's what she said. That's what she said. Do you know that she said that initially when she came over here to the sector, she didn't like me? I said, yeah, she over there from the Umar people, child. She came from the Umar people But then she ended up gravitating towards me.
Well, Yvonne liked me right away when she first met me, so I'm
I'm sure.
surprised that she said that. Surprised she said that. I'm really so
What?
I can't. I'm surprised that Yvonne said that because I thought she was kind of cool, like mostly everybody. But damn, Yvonne. Okay.
Well, I think it was it. I did a members only live on Monday, and I think it was Monday night when I did that members only live where she said it. Well, she was like, "Well, when I first came over here, I didn't like you that much, but I had to get to know you." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Okay, well, get out." I said, "Look at me trying to throw out one of my members."
Oh my
I was
god.
like, "You didn't like? Well, get out then." But I was just playing. I was just playing. Let me see. She said, this is how Quinn will look when seeing her in the house, and then Yvonne laughing. Oh, and Shauna, thank you. Shauna is a Big Brother fan, y'all. And I'm happy she finally caught us over here live because I told her about it a couple of weeks ago. Because Shauna is the type that'll catch me on a B sector panel talking about mess, and she'll type up in the chat about Big Brother. And she seemed to do that the most over there on ODS's. And when I start answering her question, ODS don't like for me to talk about Big Brother because he don't know about it. So then I stop his commentary to answer Shauna, and he be like, "Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track." So that's why I told Shauna she need to bring her rump over here when we talking about it. She said, "Well, you came out pretty hard against anyone, not BS J Dunn. So maybe that has something to do with that." Shauna said, J Dunn kept telling me to stop interrupting her mess to talk about BB. No, I knew that ODS didn't want it. I ain't have time. But yeah, well, we'll see y'all back here next Saturday, same time, 10:30 a.m. And we'll talk about what's coming up next this week. I think it's gonna be uneventful.
Yeah, it probably will. It's gonna be a little boring. But all right, guys.
All right, take care, be blessed, don't stress. I will talk to y'all later. Let me hit the intro to go on out.
Peace out.